As we approach the upcoming Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, which this year will be hosted in good old Perth, Australia, let us look back on the history as well as test our knowledge on the hellacious match type with a quiz. My co-host Thanasi has graciously stepped into the ring to answer my questions, but feel free to play along at home and let us know in the comments how many you got right. Thanasi, there's only one thing left for me to ask, and that is, are you ready?
I was born ready, but I've got a bit of a fear that something's going to go wrong. So let's see how we go.
Question number one. Who created the idea for the Elimination Chamber? And I'm looking for real life, not kayfabe.
Oh, I was going to say that the kayfabe answer is Eric Bischoff, because I don't actually know who created it in real life. I know Pat Patterson created the Royal Rumble, and he's a backstage personality. So maybe I'll throw out a weird one, kind of like throwing paint at a canvas and hoping that it turns into art. Let's go with Brian Gewirtz, head writer at the time.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was the cerebral assassin, Triple H. So Triple H actually created the concept for this idea, and he drew it on a napkin, a very provisional idea of what this match should be. But then he saw what they did with his design, and they made it a lot bigger and a lot harder and a lot badder, and it became something that he actually felt a bit afraid to admit was his own idea. And there's a very good moment in I believe, the Ruthless Aggression episode documentary covering this match type when Triple H is approached by Booker T. They're sitting down, and Booker T says to him, Thanasio,
He looks him dead in the eye, super serious. And this was in the Ruthless Aggression documentary. And he goes, we're not going to be monetized anyway. So somebody's going to get fucked up tonight. I can feel it. And he continues his gaze in Triple H's eyes to emphasize just how bad things are going to get. Can I also add on, right,
very
that
quickly.
while those two are having that moment, Rob Van Dam and HBK are sussing out the chamber to see what brilliant spot can I do, right? It's just a complete different perspective. Like they see that as a weapon that they're going to use for their performance.
Question number two. In what year did the Elimination Chamber match get its own pay-per-view? And what I mean by
Uh,
that is named after its own.
I believe that was 2010 when it replaced the No Way Out slot on the road to WrestleMania.
That is absolutely correct. Ever since 2010, the Elimination Chamber has always been on its own pay-per-view, quite impressively. Question number three. In what year was the first women's Elimination Chamber match?
It was the same year as their Royal Rumble, and I'm pretty sure it was the second year after it was brought back after a hiatus, which is the hiatus was 2016, and then they brought it back for 2017 where the men's were in it. So I'm going to go 2018.
100% correct. It was a Raw Women's Championship match, and it was won by Alexa Bliss. Question number four. Which wrestler has won the most Elimination Chamber matches?
I'm pretty sure that the number is four, and I think it's Triple H.
Correct on both accounts, Thanasi. Well done. I'm not giving out bonus points, but you get my respect.
I can't remember all the years. I'm not going to go quite that granular.
Question number five. Which wrestlers, and I'll allow either one of these as correct,
Mhm.
have statistically the worst record in Elimination Chamber matches?
So how is that calculated? Like they've entered the most times but have never won, or they've entered the most times, fewest
All
eliminations,
right, I'll give you a hint. I'm counting, firstly, they have never won and appeared the most times
never won and appeared the most times.
out
Okay.
of those that have never won.
Yep. That gives me something to go off. I think I'm going to list based on that ratio, maybe Kane as like 0 out of 4 or 5, maybe.
That is correct. He is one of the answers. Kane has 0 wins and 5 losses. The other wrestler has the exact same 0 wins, 5 losses, is Sheamus.
Sheamus, interesting.
Now, if we wanted to get very particular, we could have used eliminations as a tiebreaker, in which case Kane would be outright down because he's only gotten 2 eliminations compared to Sheamus's 5. But I
Oh,
thought let's not split hairs on this one. It was
yep.
already fine, a very particular stat as it was. Now, question number 6. Name one of the 2 wrestlers that have featured in the most Elimination Chamber matches.
I'm pretty sure that historically I have listed Triple H and The Undertaker in this spot. But I was looking at some of these stats a little while ago, and I think some of the other people that feature prominently because this you said most appearances, right?
That is correct.
I think I'm gonna go with because I think Randy Orton has a lot of appearances, just not a lot of wins. Um, let's go with Randy Orton as one and Triple H as the other.
Well, luckily for you, I only needed to hear one, and you got Randy Orton correct.
Haha.
Randy Orton is tied with Chris Jericho with 8 appearances at
Chris
Elimination Chamber matches.
Jericho. Okay.
Question number 7. Name the participants of the first Elimination Chamber match.
This is an easy one because I've watched this match so many times. It's one of I think I'd probably rate it as my favorite match ever to watch. The first Elimination Chamber match had Triple H walk in as essentially number 1. He was met with his opponent to begin the match, Rob Van Dam. Then Chris Jericho came out, followed by Booker T. Kane was a botch. He should have been number 6, but he actually came out number 5. And then the eventual winner came out, number 6, Shawn Michaels.
Not only you got the participants correct, you got the order correct. Well done.
That's right.
Question number 8. To date, how many Elimination Chamber matches have there been? And I'm going to give you a leeway of 4.
How many have there been? Okay. I'm going to try go very, very quickly here and say we had one in 2002, 2003, 2005, 2006. I think 2007 had. I think 2007 had one. No, I think 2007 had 2. And then 2008 had 2. 2009 definitely had 2. We're up to 10. 2010 had 2, 11, 12, 13. 13. 14, I think maybe had 1 because the titles were unified at that point. 15 had 1 as well. And I think between 2000, we're at 21 now, right?
I believe
I,
so.
th-
I think
I think
20 or
between
21.
2000, I think between 2014, 2015, there was another tag one. So I'm gonna go up to 22. Then you've got 17, 2 in 18, I think 2 in 19, 2 in 20, 2 in 21. That gets us to 31.
Somewhere there.
And then 22 and 23. So I'm gonna guess 35.
You're just inside the margin. The correct
Oh,
answer is 32.
32.
But
Oh,
you're within, so I'm going to give it to you. Where? So this is question number 9 now, the penultimate question. Where and when was the Elimination Chamber match first held outside of America?
outside of America.
Where and when?
Um, okay. Outside of continental United States, it was held in the first week of the new year at New Year's Revolution 2005 in Puerto Rico. However, I'm pretty sure does Puerto Rico count as America?
I'm not counting it because that was the
Okay,
answer.
perfect. Because otherwise, I was going to jump to Saudi Arabia. I don't think it's happened in Canada.
What happened in Canada last year and the year before, it was
You're
Saudi
right.
Arabia
You're right.
because there
But
was the big
Saudi
Sami
Arabia
Zayn.
happened first.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a geography expert, so if anyone says technically I'm wrong, fair enough. And then finally, question number 10. List the 4 weapons included in the infamous December to Dismember ECW World Championship
Oh,
match.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe you put this question in here. I thought we were all trying to remove that event from our collective memories. Okay, I think Bobby Lashley brought in the table. Test, I think, brought in the chair. Um, I I want to say kendo stick as well, or Singapore cane. And see, ECW had such a barbed wire vibe, but I don't think that that was included at that point, nor were tacks, not a ladder. Let's just go with something completely weird, like a lead pipe.
There was a table brought in by Bobby Lashley. There was a steel chair brought in by CM Punk.
Ah,
There was not a kendo stick or Singapore cane, and nor a lead pipe. The other two were a crowbar brought in by Test,
mm-hmm.
and you were so close, a barbed wire baseball bat brought in by the Big
Oh,
Show.
really? He
Yep,
did? No
yep.
way. As you can understand, I haven't seen this match in a very, very long time.
Well, Vanessa, you got 8 out of 10. That was pretty good.
That's not too bad.
And
I think I'm
admit,
happy with that.
yeah, and the last question was always going to be very hard. So,
Yeah.
so kudos to you. Let us know in the comments how you went though.
Yeah, no, that was a good quiz. Thanks, Vidri. And absolutely let us know in the comments what you thought of that quiz and what other Elimination Chamber themed quizzes or other quizzes you'd like us to do.